Welcome to this lecture, and in this lecture we are going to be discussed about the data types in Java programming language. A data type in programming is a classification that specifies which type of value a variable has and what type of mathematical relation or a logical operation can be applied to it without causing an error. A string, for example, is a data type that is used to classify the text, and in integers is a data type used to classify the whole number in the string. So there are the two types of data type. First one is parameter data type and the second one is non-parameter data type. Here you can see the data and the type. Fourth one is parameter and the second one is non-parameter. In the parameter data types, we have the two more types, which are numeric and the boolean. And the numeric have two more data types, which are the characters and integer. When we turn to the integer, so we have the two more parts of the integer. One is a integer and another is a floating point. So in integer we have the byte, short, int and long. And then in the float side we have the float and the double variable. So in our this course we work with the boolean, characters, byte, short, integer, long, float and the double. If we go to the second type of the parameter, non-parameter data types. Non-parameter or reference data types are the more sophisticated members of the data types family. We have a string, an array, and more data types in our non-parameter data types. So now we just come to the example of these parameters and the non-parameters data type. So here you can see the data types and default value and the default size of it. So first one is a boolean data type. So boolean data types always with the value of the true or a false value, and it contains the 1 byte size. And the character, it's a default value of any of the character like name or any other string, and it's take the 2 byte. Now we just come to the byte. The value of the byte is 0 and the default size of it is 1 byte. Now we come to the short. Short is a default value of 0 and it is a default size of 2. Now we come to the integer. Integer is always 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and up to so on. So it is default size of 4 byte. Then we come to the long value. So the long default value is 0 length and the default size of it is 8 byte. Then we come to the float value, which we always give the answer in point, which is the default size of 8 byte. And at the last we just take the double and it is a default size of 8 byte. Now we come to the example of byte. This can hold the numbers between minus to plus. It is mostly used to save the memory, and when you are certain that the number would be in the limit specified by byte data types. Now we just see the example of this byte data type. So here I just write public, and public is a static void main. And then here I just write string and arguments. Now here I just write byte, which is equal to num. So num is a variable here and num which is equal to 1 to 3. And then I just write system dot out dot print line, which is num. So I just save this code and check the output for it. So you can see we have the answer in 1, 2, 3. So now we just go to the short value. So short is the greater than byte in term of size and less than integer. Its range is minus 32 and 768 to 32 767. So it is a default size of 2 byte. Now we just see the example of short. So short, which is num is equal to 45678. And now we just see the right example. So here I just write public and static void main and then string and arguments, and now I just cancel this, and here I just write short and then number as a variable. So here number, which is equal to 28569, and then I just write system.out.print line, which is number. So I just save this and execute it. So you can see 28569 is our short value. So the byte data type could not hold the value 150 or 28569 what I gave it here, but a short data type can because it has a vendor range. Now we just go to the long value. So I just create the long data type here, and now long, when integer is not large enough to hold the value, so long have the wider range than integer data type. So it's ranging from -9223, 372, and up to so on. It's a longer value to 9223. So I just gave it the example, any example here. So it is the size of 8 byte and the default value of it is 0. So I just write public static void main, and then here I just write string, and string is an arguments here, and then I just write long, and long is a number which is minus 1 2 3 5 6 7 8 9 10, and this is a long number, and I just write L with that number. So here I just write system dot out dot print line, which is number. I just save this code and execute it. So you can see this value is printed here, which is a long value. So now we just come to the double. So double is a scientific for holding 15 decimal digits. So it has a size of 8 byte, and now we just see the example of this double. So public is static void, and then I just write the main here, and then I just write string and the arguments. Now I just write double and then number, which is equal to minus 4236598 dot 9, and I just write D here. So when we see the float value double, so it's a 15 decimal digits, it's contained the 15 decimal digits here. So now I just write system dot out dot print line, and the print line is number here. So now I just save this code and execute it. So it is give us the value of the double data type. Now we just come to the float value. So scientifically, for holding 6 to 9 decimal numbers, means float scientifically hold 66 to 7 decimal numbers, and it's contain the 4-byte size. Now we just see the example of it. So public void main, so public static void main here, so public static void main, and then a string and arguments here, and then I just write float. Float is a number here, a number which is equal to 19.98 f. So I just write f for float. So system dot out dot print line, and then I just write number here. Now I just check the output for it. So it is 19.98, what is the value of the number here. Now booleans hold either the true value or a false value. Now we just see the example of the boolean. So here I just write public static void main, and then a string and arguments. Now here I just write boolean, which is b is equal to false. So it is false here, and I just close this with semicolon, and then I just write system out dot print, and the print is b, means the variable of the boolean. So you can see the value of this is false here. Now we just come to the character data types. So characters always hold the characters, means the name or any of other thing. So it has the size of 2 bytes. So now we just see the output for it. Public, static, and void main. And here I just write a string and then the arguments. Now I just write character ch, which is equal to z, and then I just write system dot out dot print line, which is ch. So I just remove this character and add my name, which is Fayaz, and here I just run this program. So you can see the expectations in the thread main java.lang.error, because I just gave it the space here, you can see, and you can see character is a only one character like f. If I use the string here, you can see string, which is s is equal to Fayaz. Okay, so it will not give us the error because we have using the string here. So I am using character, so I just write only f here. So I just check the output, so you can see it print f. So these are the some data types and its value in Java. Thanks for watching this lecture. See you in next.